like every now and then NPCs will just come and attack you and like rip your whole base apart. Been a few times like, like it's not like often. It's not like often. It's like you get into the game, you're having fun, and then out of the blue, kablooey. Nowadays we got stuff like OnlyFriends and stuff like that, you know what I mean? If you're spending all your money on OnlyFriends, it's also a form of shit. Unless you're spending it on my OnlyFriends, then it's fine, Whoa, easy, bro. Oh no. Again. No. Oh my stot. We lost our. Oh my. Alright, my dude, so Polybus has given us another event to get our HP MP pots for the next 3 weeks. And we are going to be grinding every day until we get the HP pot and MP pot, right? We're going to see if you can actually do it in 3 weeks. Now, spoiler alert, you might not be able to get all of it in, or at least both the pots in 3 weeks time, but you could possibly get one, if not both, depending on how you grind. And that's what we're going to be streaming today and every day. Basically, it's going to be a short stream. We're only going to be streaming each area that we do the quest for, so it's probably be an hour or two. Probably be an hour or two, and I'll show you how I got my first HP pot. We are on the way to getting our second HP pot and our first MP pot. Let's jump into the game and then we'll show you what we've done so far. Do let me know how the stream is on your side. It's been a long time since I was last on stream. I'm not sure even if I remember how to do it anymore, but yeah, let me know how it is on your side. Is the quality good? Is audio good? Is video good? And yeah, it's probably not going to be something that I do often. I just want to make sure that everything is working, and so it also falls into our short videos, especially on YouTube. And if you're watching live on Twitch, we do appreciate you guys for joining us. It has been a long time. I think it's been at least over a year at this point since I last was streaming. I kind of stepped away from streaming because I started a business. I'm actually running 2 businesses at this point, and things are going very well. Like, I've been enjoying life, so I might come back to streaming, possibly in the future, maybe not the near future, but I think they're just going too good right now, and I don't have the time to invest into streaming. It wouldn't be a wise choice right now for me. But anyway, let's jump into the game, right? Let me know if, I don't know if it's, you know, I still got my freaking potato going here for the stream setup. So I just hope the game does play a little bit better. We are live right now on YouTube and on Twitch. So on Twitch you can find us on landscape, and on YouTube you'll probably find us on the short speed in the vertical setup, right? So I'll show you what we did for each HP MP pot. I hope I hope that actually is, no, I think it is happening today, from today at least. Let's just log in and get our rewards. If you haven't been playing BDO, now is a good time to jump in. There is a fuck ton of freebies available in BDO, from free weapons. Like, you can literally get all 3 free Black Star weapons. You can get... Okay, so the Black Star weapons, we've literally got all 3 of these for free. One of them actually was my first weapon. I actually opened it with a different character, and then I swapped it to this character, but from a pen it went down to base, so I had to level it up back up to pen, right? That's free, that you can get right now while playing BDO. This Charizard accessory you can get free. If you take one of the Tuvala pieces, accessories, and level it up to deck, which is level 10, you can swap it for a Tet Karazad accessory, right, from Fuga. These are all quests from Fuga that you can do. In order to start the quest line with Fuga, you have to take your season graduation cap at least, equip it on your character, and then speak to Fuga. Or check out the videos on my YouTube channel. I do have videos about it on how you can claim a lot of these freebies. There is another video that I have right now where you can actually get up to about 35,000 Crone Stones for free. There's ways to get a couple of hundred Capra stones for free, so do check out all those videos, right? We also have ways of making money right now since the new release, with especially with what you need to level up accessories, weapons, because in order to get one of these weapons, you need to take a Tuvala weapon and level that up to deck. It does cost quite a bit, especially if you need to buy the Essence Stones or Essence of Dawn Stones, I think. Something along those lines. It did cost me about 5 billion to buy the stones to level it up to get the weapon up, right? And then for the armor as well, in order to get a Fallen God armor, you can choose one of 4 pieces, right? So it'd be the helmet, armor, gloves, or boots. You can level up one of the Tuvala armor pieces to deck and then swap that for a piece. Now this saves me billions because I was planning to buy duos on the Lebreska helmet, Fallen God armor, gloves, and boots. So this literally saved me over 20 billion silver in game now that they gave it away for free. I don't currently have a video on how I got the Ring of Crescent Guardians. I'm still practically like mid towards early endgame level gear, but I can make a video if you want on how I got the Ring of Crescent Guardians practically in 1 week. That did cost us about 8 billion, but I got both the rings, right? The Capotias you can craft these. If you want me to make a video on how to get Capotia accessories, there is currently an event, but only for seasons. If you get your season character to level 60 or 61, I think it's 60, right? You get at least 2 pen boss armor pieces, and you get 3 pen Capotia pieces. So you don't have to create and then level up or enhance your Capotias to get there. I went with Capotia because I wanted a little bit more DP in order to grind for Hongs, but then I also put in a Tridisto just also increase my AP. So my next step is to get my DP a little bit higher to almost at least 400. But I'm also going to be focusing on AP to get my AP to at least about 320, 330-ish. And in order to do that, I'm going to need to get all my accessories to Debos. That's my plan, is to buy 10 Debo accessories, enhance them 1 level to pen, and then swap them for Karazad accessories at, I think it's a higher level at Nov or something. So those also need to be enhanced only 1 level. But this is going to cost us at least nearly about 200 billion to get my gear up there. That's just for the accessories and the armor pieces. But I think it'll be a little bit less than 200 billion, maybe about 160-ish. Because we've already got the Fallen God armor. So it will just be for the helmet, boots, and gloves. Then it'll obviously be, I need to grind in Lommel to get the items needed to craft the sovereign weapons, right? And that's going to be a long one for us, but I do currently have at least 3 characters that I can use to grind with. I do need some character slots. I don't know when I'm going to spend on those character slots, but we'll see. So currently I have my Wukong class that's tagged to my main class, my archer, and so they'll have the same gear score. And then I've got my Deadeye Suzy, which is our Deadeye class, able to grind for at least the pot pieces should I need it a little bit later on. Let's just go into her gear pieces. Yeah, so she's just technically Tuvala sets. She's got Capotia, Pen, and Try. Boss armors, 1 at Pen and 3 at Tet. And then obviously the Capotia accessories are a little bit lacking. She's going to need better accessories there. And then the weapons also, she's got boss weapons. And these were all also given for free with the Radiant starter boxes. So like I said, if you haven't started playing BDO right now, this is a good time to get in. You get about, I got about 4 of these boxes alone, Radiant starter boxes. They come with boss weapons, armor sets at about, I think they're all at that level. So that's why she's currently at that level. So I will need to enhance these at some point to have just an alternate grinding character, because I do like the Deadeye class, I do like the Wukong class. All the classes that I've currently played with, some of my favorite is starting with Archer, Sage. The Scholar was pretty decent. Dosa was also a solid class. These were pretty easy. Dosa is easy. Megu was just for me to try out. The Deadeye is also an awesome class to play with, very easy to learn. And even the Wukong, I feel like Wukong might be a little bit easier than Dosa. Oh no, wait, but Dosa is a little bit too easy. So maybe not as easy, but second to Dosa in terms of easiest to play with for me as being the Wukong class, right? So, okay. Let's get on with why we are here today and what the stream is about. So, if you want to check out what quest is required for your HP MP pots, you want to go to your suggested quests. Make sure all your quests are selected as on. You want to go to... Where's the quest? Oh, I think it's recurring quest. Okay, it's recurring quest. My bad. So we're gonna go to the Spirit Essence quest. Now these would be the 6 quests that you need to do. It was usually 1 a week, but during this period, now this is the 3rd time this event is going on right now, where you can grind each of these quests, all 6 quests, in 1 week. But now here's the kicker: you can actually do 6 quests in 1 week, and you get the bonus quest for each one. So instead of just doing 1 weekly quest and getting 5 putty pieces, you do 2 for each of them, and you get 20 putty pieces per week. Each of these quests will give you 20 putty pieces. So for a 3-week period, you'll get 60 putty pieces for each item required for one of the pots. Now, we did this previously. Okay, the first time I grinded for a HP pot, I was only doing the HP area pot, HP for grinding spots, right? Which was for the Tranquil Tanoleums at Forest Ronados. Luckily, when I got about 50 pieces, an ancient piece dropped, so that made it the grind easier for me, right? The Blood Wolves, it took me a while to get the 100 there. For the first pot, I had to grind weekly basically, and then they had one event, the first event that I was a part of. I was about last year sometime, and yeah, I think it was last year around about this time where they had the same event for the HP pot pieces, and I was able to get the 100 pieces then, right? Actually not the 100 pieces, it wasn't the event. I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. There's a quest that you do with Fuga as well that gives you Aetanus elements. So you get about 100 Aetanus elements. And I did all the quests to get all 100 Aetanus elements, which I needed to get the Dragon Fangs and the Blood Wolf's Oaths, right? So I got 100 of those just with the Aetanus elements because I was grinding the quests periodically, right? And that's how I got my first HP pot, right? Then obviously the other 2 pieces to combine it is relatively easy to get. So after that event, I started grinding in the previous event. Now during the previous event, as you can see, I've got 72 pieces. I was supposed to get 60, but because of the buffs that we used, item collection, well, item drop rate and item drop amount, that's what we buffed when we were doing the grinds. And that's something you need to do is when you have to be min-maxing when you're doing these. Somebody's got the MP pot. All right, we're gonna get ours also in this 3 weeks. That's what we're grinding for, that's what we're streaming for. So yeah, as you can see, I grinded in the previous event, and within that event I was able to get 72 Dragon Fangs, 73 Blood Wolf's Oath. So while I was getting the 20 for the two quests, I was still getting anywhere from 3 to 5 extra putty pieces that were dropping while I was grinding. And that's how I was able to make it to go to 72 and 73 instead of just having 60. And then for the Ronanos, I took it up to 105 because I did have the 50 from the first time I was grinding for the HP pot. Then I started grinding for the MP pot. Now, as you can see, the Cutsvariax Venom, that's the one I was focusing on more. I've got 103 there. So that means we only need to grind about 2 weeks worth to get 40 pieces at most for 4 items. So the Dragon Fangs, we only need to do, it's like 1.5 weeks maybe. Okay, 2 weeks, let's say 2 weeks there. So we only need to grind literally four places. So the closest one to us right now would be okay. So we don't have to do Cutsvariax Venom. We have to do Voltara's Memory, Nax Solas. We can do Blood Wolves and Dragon Fang. All right, let's go do Blood Wolves. It's not much of a problem, I'd say, but it only when it comes down to weight and the trash that you. So we're not gonna be grinding for silver. It's only gonna be for the MP and HP pot, right? Why I want a second HP pot is because I do have multiple characters that I want to grind with, so eventually I want each of them to have an HP pot that I don't have to swap from inventory, because sometimes you forget, you know what I mean? So at least they have it on hand. So right now we'll be going for the second HP pot and our first MP pot. The MP pot, I'll probably will swap it around as we go. And maybe when there's another event, we'll see how much of the putty pieces we can actually get during this event. And then we'll just carry it over to the next event. Because then in between that, when I do have time, I haven't had time to play the game. Otherwise, I would have been many more billions right now. Currently, I think we only got like 5, maybe 6 billion in our warehouse. If we're lucky, also at that. Yeah, we only got 5 billion there. So altogether, we got about 5.8 billion. All right. But yeah, what I'm aiming for is the Devos. I think I'm going to be going for that first, since our DP is not bad at 380. For Devos, what I'll be going for is the TET. So that's 16 billion that I need to grind for, and we got 4 AP, almost 4 AP per piece. For the necklace is 4 AP. For the earrings, we'll need 2 of them, which is 8 AP there, but that will cost us nearly about 50 plus billion. So that's going to be about 70 billion. And then the rings, this is only going to give us 1, and that's also nearly another 50 billion. So that's going to be 120 billion there just for that. For the belt, we get 1 also, which is also 20 billion. So it's going to be about nearly 100 billion that we need to just get our AP up to a decent point. Somewhere nearly about 320-ish. And then I'll purchase the Labresca and Fallen Gods. I think those are a little bit cheaper. For there, I'll go duos. So at least that's 13 billion. And then slowly enhance it as we go up, because that's going to give us 10 DP points, right? It will take us to 390. And then the gloves is going to give us another 10. It will take us to 400 at 13 billion. So that's another nearly 30 billion. And then Atos shoes at duos is going to be another 12. So it's going to be about 40 billion there. So okay, it comes down in total to about 150 billion. From where I was calculating before, would have been anywhere from 180 to 200 billion. So at least we save 50 billion just by getting the freebies that are available in BDO right now. And there's another 11. So we'll have our DP up to at least about 410 after that. And then our AP will be on about 330-ish. Somewhere around there. Close to that. Because then we still got all our... I haven't done all my journals as yet. But yeah, I would like to be grinding every day, but unfortunately, like I said, I got two businesses to run, and I really don't get the time to even play games much. Whenever I get a chance, I do make content on it. I do have a few videos coming out on my YouTube channel. I will be doing some more BDO content just for anybody that's starting right now and how to get to this point that we are at, which is it's fun. It's fun. Like if dude, I think this is easily my favorite MMO, maybe even my favorite game in that way. Because I haven't really been playing anything else when I do get a chance to play. But yeah, look, even with the Garmoth, there's a quest to get the Garmoth hearts, right? We even got one for free. So I was able to get the fiery awakened weapon by adding the inverted Garmoth heart to. I actually got two Garmoth hearts for free. Maybe I was carried in that way, RNG. Yeah, I got two Gamos hearts. The one I found in a chest somewhere in one of these random chests. Not in the world, but obviously the ones that they give you. And I sold that one for 20 bull, which ended up, well, okay, it wasn't full on 20 bull. We at least got about 12 bull out of it, but you could, the price was 20 bull at the time. So we did ultimately get 20 bull like in total, and I used all of that to upgrade our gear, because before this we were still on boss gear, and I needed to jetina all these boss gears to pen. So I think we did do one or two weapons, but yeah, we spent the rest of it on jetinaing all the. Okay, so the helmet we got for free from the Magnus quest line. It was, I think, the armor, gloves, boots, and one or two of the weapons. I didn't do all of the weapons to pen. Luckily, because it does save you billions by getting all these freebies, that you don't have to go through all of these and spend an extra billions, which would cost you. Literally, you could save 20 bill or more. At this point, I think it's 50 bill that we actually saved currently. But if we didn't do all that, and by the time, you know what I mean, when the freebies came out, I was already enhancing some of my gear. So if I had waited just a little bit, I could have saved almost 100 billion in the game just by collecting all the freebies and get them, you know what I mean? I would have had everything that I need. It would just cost me just a little bit. In total, just for 2 items instead of 3, all we needed to jetina was just the gloves and the boots. That's literally it. And with the new freebies that actually coming out now, you don't even have to jetina everything, even if you're just starting the game. As a seasoned character, make sure you do start on a seasoned server, because you wouldn't need to actually jetina. So this would save you at least about 5 to 8 billion just for those 2 items alone. So yeah, you could literally save your first 100 billion, and then save up towards, because I mean it's easier to get to this point where I am right now. It will take you, it took me playing on and off maybe 2 years to get to this point, but I wasn't even playing an hour a day. If you look at my in-game time, I'm sitting on currently 37 days in game. That's only 910 hours in a matter of nearly, yeah, I think it's about 3 years nearly that we've been playing the game. And for the most part, I don't play every day. I don't even play every day. It's just like maybe, nah, not even an hour a week nowadays, dude. But yeah, we'll be doing that for this stream session, or this stream blitz, as we're gonna call it, for the next 2 weeks at least, just to get our MP pot, so I can show you guys that it can be done even as a casual player. I've made billions. You can check out my channel on how we did it. I will be making more videos going in depth on how we did it. When the hardcore server was there, it was one of the best ways to make a billion a day within about 45 minutes to an hour. I think within an hour and a half, I was making well over a billion every day just playing the game, chilled out, casual. So when it does come back, that would be a much easier way also to make billions in BDO. Right now, The best way to do it is to get your character to a point where you can grind at least orcs. If you can grind orcs, you'll be able to make close to a build within. I was making with even much lower gear about 400 mil an hour and a half. So 3 to 7 hours, let's see. You know, 3 to 5 hours, you could make a build at Oxys, right? And that's like on the low end, dude. If you are able to grind hongs, which is there in Lommel, you could easily be making a build if you know how to handle it. Like for me, I wasn't making a build, so I stuck to Oxys for a while. But now I'm making just as much from hongs as I was from Ox in about the same time. So it's a little bit more efficient to do it at hongs currently for me because it's about the same time spent. The only thing that does take up time is when your gear needs to be repaired. That does take a little bit of time. Anyway, so we are here at Blood Wolves. I'll show you how we get started. Alright, I just don't want to keep my horse in a place where he can be taking damage from monsters. That's usually a good spot for me to park in. So, okay, at the... as you've seen, we got the quest marker or the path to the quest from our recurring quest. That was the Blood Wolves. Just click on that icon there. Took us to the node manager. And then we go to the quest. We got the weekly Blood Wolves oath, right? So we get 5 initially from doing the weekly quest. Now, normally you need to do the weekly quests about over 20 weeks in order to get it. You need to do it over 20 weeks to get the at least 100 pieces for one of the pieces, right? So you get 100 petty pieces for one of the pieces required. So in order to get the HP port, it would take you a minimum of 60 weeks. Well, average of 60 weeks. Minimum, it could be way less than that, depending on how you grind and what drop you get on your grind. So to get both pots would take you 120 weeks. But for the next 3 weeks, you could literally get 60 to 70 pieces each, which will save you many weeks, right? I know my math sucks, but you could definitely save many weeks. Instead of 120, you can do it in less than half of that. Okay, so we're gonna be looking for buffs that I need to activate now. Drop rates, item drop rates. I wonder if this actually works. Let's see how the drop rate went. Okay, it's up at 200%, which is good enough. And then we take our item collection gauge up to 2. That gives us 300%. So I found what's optimal for your item drop rate would be anywhere from 280 to 300 and above. That's what gives you the best. The other thing that you will need to grind efficiently is a Radiant Fairy, right? I was lucky enough to get a Radiant Fairy. I don't have a video on how I got technically a perfect fairy for free to play. The one thing I will need to do is maybe get continuous care to level 5. We got miraculous cheer to 5, which is awesome. Fairy tier I'd like to get it to 4 or 5, and then fairy steps I don't think we can get higher than that. So I will need to re-roll at least 2 more of our skills, but I'm saving up on a Thea's orb for that. So I'll do it like completely free to play. But at this point here, we have gotten the perfect fairy. The only thing I wanted from the Aloof Layla is the Morning Star skill for the blue light. That's the only thing, yeah. Alright, so let's just make sure our fairies got everything here. Alright, since they did a little bit of a buff with the archer that's not so stamina stuff or MP stuff anymore, the one thing you will need is this skill here. It's called continuous care. So you can constantly be popping items. You can have different presets for the items that you want, and how you activate it is by right clicking Once all the items are popped, you can deactivate it, so you don't constantly be using items when you don't need it, right? Alright, so we'll start off through the normal areas and then we'll go to Alright, I know my game might be a little bit more glitchy. It's because of my freaking potato. I am currently streaming to both Twitch and YouTube. But yeah, come check us out on Twitch. If you do want to learn more about the game though, go check out our VODs on YouTube, right? So we'll start off here, just Layla's petals. Now, I'm not nowhere near a master with any of my classes that I play. I only play the classes that I enjoy. And with the slots that we do have available for the classes. Now, these items that we pick up here, the rings and the armors and stuff, they always are selling. I don't know what for, what people use them for, but it is also just a few pennies that you could pick up in a game by selling these items here. So yeah, you'll get more for it at the central market. So like the Akum items, gear and stuff, be sure to sell those at the... We've made at least a few builds just selling these items also. Alright, so now that we are in this area here, I am going to call my horse over here just to make our grind more efficient, because you'll see the rotation that we take would be from this area here and just keep going in a circle towards the left, or you could extend it slightly by taking out this mob over here, and then as you can see, I don't know if you okay, you guys can't see the map actually, right? You won't be able to see it on YouTube, but you could check it on Twitch. So from this area, you just want to go basically in a circle towards the left, kind of like NASCAR's. It's making a left turn. And you'll easily get about 100 monsters every rotation. No, I think it's more than that. It's obviously more than that. It's a little bit over 100 monsters each rotation. But this is very quickly done. You'll notice that in this level we do each quest within about half an hour, even the ones that require 1500. I think the only place that it did take a little bit longer, but even at Chira ruins for the Kaswariaks, it was literally taking us about half an hour to do 1500 monsters. So to do both quests, Afuaru Duplexum, alright, I don't really know to worry about him, because at some of these spots you'll get a lot of Capra stones. For us, we did get a good few dozen Capra stones that went into upgrading our defense gear to Capras 5 and 6. But now we will also, that's another thing, like a lot of the Kepras we did get for free. Some of them we did buy just to level up when we needed it. They are quite freaking expensive. So getting Kepras, the best way to get Kepras, other than being able to afford it to buy it, is to obviously just grind for it. Some of the spots that do drop a lot of Kepras that I've noticed is Terracans and Pira runes. Alright, so we're already 5 up and we've 500 up and we've only done 2 rotations. As you can see, I don't really have a solid combo that I do. There is one that I learned, maybe 1 or 2 that I learned, so it's no one on the lines of master archers out there. I don't do PvP. I wanted to get into PvP. I was thinking I'll get into PvP when I get at least over 300 AP, maybe to 320 at this point here. I haven't done a lot of PvP, and while I am part of a guild, I also haven't done a lot of guild missions because I don't play very often. But yeah, look, I think it's been what, not even 5-10 minutes. We're like almost halfway done with the quest. So these quests do become very easy, even if you're just clearing out from seasons right now. If you just graduated from a season, even with just the basic Tuvala set, you will be more than geared to take on these quests here. And from each area, like, you should be getting at least 200 to 400 mil, depending on how much loot you're actually picking up, right? And also with the min-maxing with your buffs and stuff, just make sure you maxing out your buffs, especially your item drop rate, item drop amount. You could easily be making 200 to 400 mil in the meantime, and then save all that silver that after you've collected the freebies, you just want to keep it for the next. That will be your end game level gear. So you could literally get all the freebies from starting the game fresh with a fresh account. Within a day, literally, you could get to level 60 easy. If you want me to show you that, let me know. I'll make a video on how you can get to level at least 60 within a day, even with a fresh character on a season server, because they do allow you, I mean, they do give you a massive like XP boost and stuff on a season server. So getting to level 58, 60 is pretty easy to do in one day if you got the time to do it. For me, I've done it within like 2 days maybe, but it was spread over 2 days and about maybe 6 hours. And that's not even doing the story. Like, once you get to a certain point, you just leave the story, go grind to level 60, get all your freebies, and then you can go do stories to unlock more stuff if you need. We did get artifacts as well. Those artifacts can be melted and then sold. Alright, I need to go offload with the weight. Alright, so we're carrying a bit too much weight. But yeah, we're about literally halfway done, a little bit more than halfway done with the quest. I'll just need to offload here so we can get it done faster. Alright, so the only thing I keep for loot or trash loot basically is the wolf's mane. That gives the most silver. For these other items, I just throw it away. It doesn't give you, I mean, it does give you a little bit of silver, and the more you throw away, obviously it does stack up a little bit. But you're not looking at like hundreds of millions of silver that you're going to be throwing away. So don't stress about that, even if you do also throw it away. I only throw it away because I don't have enough weight limit. So the only thing I'm going to keep is the fur, because that will give you at least a decent amount of silver. It's how we initially started making silver in the game. I was grinding for the HP port, my first HP port. I was grinding for his Ronaros like a crazy person. But I had not many hours spent there, but that's all I was pretty much doing. And it does get kind of monotonous and tedious, like, you know, it's boring in a way that you're always doing the same grind, same area, making 200 to 300 mil. But I mean, that's how it all starts. From there, it gets a lot better. Once you get to this level, look, I've seen people, or heard of people at least, with about 260 AP, grinding Honglin base and making 1 bill an hour. Like, I haven't still reached an area where I can make 1 bill an hour, dude. I've been trying, looking for something like that for at least the past year or two. At this point, when I do play, I have been trying to get to a bill an hour spot. And now that we can finally get to Hongs, Hongs is a good spot because you get a lot of crystals there as well. So it's a good spot to get the Essence of Dawn's crystals. If you haven't done the Fuga quest and you are able to do Hongs, you could get the Essence of Dawn's crystals there, which could literally save you 5 billion worth of silver, getting the Essence of Dawn crystals. Needed to upgrade the Tuvala weapon to deck. But you should get at least 3 Black Star weapons spin that you wouldn't need to technically do that. Or at least 2, I think, yeah. 2 or 3, I think you can get for free. I don't remember if it's the 3rd one there as well. Then you could save that for later when you want to do these upgrading to Sovereign. That's also our next step, is just... Well, it's going to take us a while because we need the 150 billion to upgrade our armor and accessories. So that will take us to about 410 DP and about maybe 330 AP, right? But in the Sovereigns is also going to cost us a lot to enhance. Like, look, we're not going to get everything to pen. At most, even for this 150 bill, I'm going to get the APDP that I'm looking for right now. But it's also not like the highest level. It will take us to Tebos and maybe dual armors. Obviously, we're gonna need a lot of Crone Stones and stuff after that to... But yeah, I want to keep all my Crone Stones that I get for the Sovereign, because from what we've seen, it takes 700 to 800,000 Crone Stones, which is probably trillions at this point, to get 2 Sovereign weapons with guaranteed taps. You know what the guaranteed taps, because that means failing all the time and then getting into the guaranteed tap. You're gonna need about 800,000 crones to get 2 of them, only to maybe North to level 8 or 9. It doesn't even get to deck. That's why I'm saving right now and I'm not rushing for Sovereign, because the only time Sovereign is actually going to give us a major HP or AP boost is when we level it to about 7 and above. And we don't have the Crone Stones right now to actually level it that high. So I don't think Sovereigns can break. Haven't yet tested it out though. Like, so do we really need... Oh, but then the other thing is, if they don't break, the level would go down when you fail an enhancement. So I'm not willing to risk failing the enhancement. We've done that too many times also. So that's why I make sure I've got Crones and failed stacks that are high enough to get there. Alright, so I've been blabbing on, and we've only done a few rotations, and at this point we're almost done. I think 1 or 2 more rotations and we'll be done with the weekly quest, which is, I know it, alright, it did take us a little bit, about half an hour or so to get started with all the blabbering and setting up for the stream and getting to this point. And this is why you need a perfect parry to a point, especially with those skills. Parry step, you need it to be at, I don't think it can go higher than that, because then you see, even though we are over the limit right now, in terms of weight, we can go up to 120% before it starts affecting our character's speed. And that's like one of the most awesome things, aside from the continuous care and miraculous cure, having auto healing and auto using items for buff. The fairy steps those are the 3 main skills you would go for. Other than that, it's all up to you whether you want to use fairies tier for being resurrected at least once every few hours or something. If you die for free, it's a free resurrection. Alright, so yeah, we'll just keep the... There we got about 4k trash loot currently. It's a little bit sad because in order to make a decent amount of silver, you need to have about 12 to nearly 20k to make a fair amount of silver out of it. Suppose that goes to any spot. Obviously, if you can get up to 30k trash loot in any given place, you'll be making a fuck ton of silver in that area. That will be like the best grind spot for you to do, but make sure it's in a high level area, not like one of the pot pieces, but a place like Orc or Hongs. If you can get up to a 30k trash loot, 20 to 30k, let's say 30k, like that's more guaranteed to make you a bull in an hour if you can get 30k trash loot in an hour. Act 11. I think the most I could make in an hour was about 12 to 14, maybe nearly 15k in an hour. And then too, I still nowhere near a bull. Even with that, I was only up to about 400 more. But then with a place like Hongs and Optus, probably other places as well, like even the LVR spots, that you could get items to then sell on the market, which could also get you a lot of silver. So you could be easily making with those items another 100 million plus, which can then get you to that. But we didn't even get one petty piece for this grind, which is kind of sad. Alright, so let's go turn in the quest for now. We can come back and do the second quest, and we'll have that done literally within an hour of grinding here. We've got somebody else also. Hey bro, I just ran into that mofo. I don't do PvP because, especially in grinding spots like this, there'll be just somebody out of the blue, randomly, even in the Garmoth nest, they just fucking murderize you with like one shot, dude. Alright, so now that we did, now you can see there's an event, weekly Blood Wolf. After you've completed the first weekly quest, there's the bonus quest, right? And for the bonus quest, you get 15 more items. So this is, again, the same way you can get 20 30 pieces per quest for 3 weeks, right? So you can literally get 60 pieces in this next 3 weeks, like starting from today, for the next 3 weeks. And this is something I would stress upon if you haven't got the HP MP points. if you are interested in maybe getting another one, because they do go for a decent amount. I think they sell for about nearly 12 bill, 8 to 12 bill. Now you might not get that full 8 to 12 bill, but you'll still get at least a good couple of bills out of it. If you may be selling at 12, you might get 8 out of it. But yeah, like I feel like the central market really robs people of huge amounts of silver. I mean, I sold one freaking Gamma card for 20 billion and we only got 12 out of it, which was fucking sad. But thankfully, because that's what we literally needed, was a 20 bill to upgrade what we needed at the time. Man, I'm missing out on something interesting today. Alright, no stress though. This is just as fun. Alright, so as you can see, the buffs that we currently got going also with the Fairy's Continuous Care is enough to last us for an hour. If you do, like, there are other buffs that you could possibly add to this to make the grind easier for you. Items you could use, maybe like the church buffs, experience, stuff like that, if you do want to use that. So you do get a lot more XP. That's one of the reasons why I also wanted to gear up for Hongs, because it's a solid XP spot. You get a decent amount of silver, and the items that you could get there from all the crystals and stuff. Those are something I feel like I would need even right now. Although I think you need to have Karazad accessories to be able to equip a lot of those new Jin and one bond crystals and stuff. But then if you do have enough, you could also then melt those down to Essence of Dawn and use it where needed, or sell it, because those things are freaking pretty pricey on the market. I think it's like 100 mil for one of those freaking Essence of Dawns. I am on the EU server, but I think NA would probably be around a similar price, if not more. So if you can farm Essence of Dawns, that's one good way to make a fuck ton of silver also. Where's this Afuaru? Should we take him out? He only gives us Capra stones. I thought he's supposed to drop like more rare mono stuff, you know, like more rare items. Things that you'd want to be using. Okay, but Capra stones are a highly sought after thing. Like, you seriously need Capras for initially. But at this point here, with all the freebies that they're giving away, it makes you feel like you wasted a lot of time in a game grinding for Capra stones. Alright, let's go turn in all this trash. Yeah, because you literally get a full, till practically a mint endgame level set, you know, armors and everything, weapons and everything that you don't even need to grind for Capras and all that stuff. It makes it a bit redundant with everything that you can get for free nowadays. And it's insane. I kind of feel now like all the old veteran players of the game that started it had to grind for black stars and enhance those black star weapons and everything. And then we come in now over the past 2 years or so, and you're getting all this stuff for free. And they felt like, you know, when they got it, it was an achievement for them, because it took a lot to get the item and then also enhance it to pen, and here we getting pen 3 of them for free with no real effort at all. But I think it's a cool thing that PA is doing that. It's kind of putting everybody on the level in a way. But I mean, if you're a beginner, you're not going to be able to do like the new areas for like the Demon Land. Yeah, there, look. I'm nowhere near. With all my stats together, buffs, crystals, gear, everything together, I maybe do 1000 AP. But to get to the new Demon Land area, to get to Adana and go grind Adana, you need at least anywhere from about 17 to 1900 AP. So where do I get it other 900 freaking AP points? I'm obviously gonna need to find a spot to grind, upgrade my gear to be anywhere close to it. And the thing is, I think it was about last year. I think it was like Dark Seeker's Retreat where you just needed 1000 AP to do Dark Seeker's Retreat or something, and people were getting anywhere from 1 to 2 billion an hour. Like, I found it to be insane, bro. And now that I'm actually hitting that levels, I haven't tried Dark Seeker's Retreat because I think I'm not like on the level for APDP base. But I mean, with the buff, I could possibly do a billion hour spot. Well, not possibly, because we are able to do hongs right now, and that's also regarded as a billion hour spot. I need to beef up my MP again. Yeah, I'm glad they did that. They reworked the archers buff thing, because the archer was bad with like kind of MP starved in it. Oh, we got a pretty piece. Nice. So that means now we had 73 with the 5 is 78, and then one which gives us 79 right now. If we can get one more, we're gonna have 95 by the end of this. And that's why we only have to do these 4 places for 2 weeks. So I might not stream every day, as long as the quest, because you can only do the quest, even though you can do all 6 quests, you can only do it once for the week. Well, technically twice with the event, and get the 20 for the week, right? So as long as we've done everything for the week, those are the days I will stream. And yeah, surprisingly, the stream is actually feeling like it's not too bad in terms of performance. That's also one of the reasons why I kind of took a break from streaming, because I'm not able to multi-stream to more than 2 platforms at a time. And while it was fun, it just kind of took away a lot of time from things that were like actually making me money, things that I needed to learn. The whole journey that I went through to get to this point, dude, it's like... Oh, the character nugs are also pretty a decent drop. You could then craft those... what's those crystals? There's a specific crystal that you can craft that sells for a good price. So character nugs are also a rare drop. What's it? I can't remember the crystal. Okay, we'll check it out now. I think I have 1 or 2 of them actually. But these are more like beginner spots at this point. The only time you'll actually find people grinding here now is during events like this. Otherwise, you'll be pretty chilled out if you are going to be doing the areas like this. But if you're gonna be doing it for silver, I don't know if it's I don't know. It's all gonna come down to you as a personal preference. All right, so I'm gonna throw this away also so we can free up some inventory space and just get a little bit extra weight, because that does actually hold a lot of weight. So we got about what, nearly 8k. So like in an hour I can get up to about 12k trash loot in this, which is not a lot of silver. It's maybe 200 million silver. I know my grinding is not that efficient also. I do just lazy, chilled out grinds. You know, you can't take it too seriously. But yeah, if you do, yeah, you could also be making a lot more silver out of it. But I suppose where I lack efficiency in the grind, it makes up for with luck and my buck and drop rates and drop amounts, because then I get items that do cover up at least, you know, where I could have made more hundreds of millions with grinding. I get it from the item drops. I mean, we're almost done already. We're more than halfway. It was like 2/3 of the way done with the second quest, and that's all within an hour's time. Now, every area that you need to grind for the pots is pretty much the same, as long as you find the spot to make a solid, quick rotation. And you were obviously more efficient than me. You will be making a lot more out of it. I wonder why though that PA come up with this, because yeah, I'm supposed to actually be working right now, but I think I am on point. We're launching a school community hopefully by next week. Nah, not hopefully, like we are on point. There's just a few things we need to do. So if you want to learn more about YouTube, how to do better on YouTube, how to get started on YouTube. So we got beginner courses currently. We will be upgrading to advanced and intermediate courses. How to do AI stuff with AI tools, a lot of them that are free and available to everyone. Automations, those are also be coming soon. I think next up will be our business on how to basically how to create content, how to turn your content into cash, and how to find clients if you do have a service or business product that you want to be selling. And then automations, how to create AI influencers, stuff like that. All of those will be coming within a month or few. But for now, we just have basics on how to create content and how to go viral on YouTube. If you are interested in joining, do reach out to me. Oh, what the? Did we get a follow or something? Thanks for the follow, dude. I don't have my... Wait, give me a sec. I'll check on it now. Is my chat not working, dude? Okay. Let me pause here for a sec. Oh crap! I got the whole guards after me. Oh, that's actually a good spot. Time to be grinding stuff. Okay, let me just check on my chat here. What's going on? Average Evans. Oh, average wins. Interesting name. But what makes you average, dude? I feel like you're better than average. Thanks for that follow, dude. Appreciate it, man. You didn't have to do that. I'm not a full-time streamer. This is just a once in a blue moon kind of thing. Yeah, I think we're just about the point where we need to... But yeah, if you are interested in Learning how to create content, turning that content into cash. Sure, DM me anytime, we can help you out. Like we've done for many people before. My simplified offer is I'll help you 10x your views in 30 days or I'll work with you for free. And you can hold me to that. But yeah, you a BDO fan, dude? I don't know what's going on with my chat. Oh, I think I forgot about. Yeah, pro streamer, by the way. Give me a sec, dude. Let me just. I think that's why my chat is not. I need to. Oh, claim the terminals. Also, what's happening, dude? I don't have my sound effects and stuff. It was kind of a last minute thing. I was decided to, okay, since there is the event, that's why I decided to stream for BDO. Just to tell you guys that there's a lot for free right now, and if you haven't gotten into it as yet, yeah, you're missing out, bro. You're missing out. What I like about BDO is like, it's like the ultimate fantasy game. You got freaking fairies, dragons, giants, cyclops, demons, dragons, bro. Like, it has everything, you know what I mean? Everything. Time travel even, surprisingly. And while the gameplay is freaking awesome, like the story is also not bad. That's one of the things that surprised me was pretty decent, and it keeps getting improved. Like ever since the update with the Serendia questline, which is like the third major area, and now it is Adana questline. There's a major part of the story where you start off in the beginning of the game. There's this witch that guides you through a desert, right? Well, technically the Black Desert, but this was like long ago or something like that. So I don't know how it also fits into this whole time travel stuff. But then she kind of leaves you for dead. So now you're out to try and get revenge on this freaking witch. And it turns out the story is now developed where she kind of reveals who she truly is in Adana questline, the story quest. Main story quest, I think, but I haven't gotten as far yet. Like in terms of story questing, I've only done 5. Nah, not even 5. We did the first one, so that's Valia. Then we did Heidel area, which is Serendia region, and then Calphion, Kamastovia, and then where I stopped was at Duvenkroon, but technically you're supposed to do Medea questline before Duvenkroon, even before Calphion. So yeah, it's the Balanos, then Serendia, Calphion, then Medea, and then Kamastovia, and then Duvenkroon. But then from Duvenkroon, I didn't even complete that. So there's like 5 of the main story quests. But then from there you go to the Mantle of Eternal Winter, Sakraya underwater area, and then to Lommel. And Lommel has a long freaking quest. I did do a little bit of Lommel just to uncover some of the bosses in the Black Shrine, so that I could do some Black Shrine grinds. But at this point here, I feel like it's kind of worthless for me, because I can only do like maybe level 1 or level 2 calamities, and it doesn't really give me much silver or items that I need. So that's why I need to grind to get my gear score up, get my AP up to at least 330, so I can do like Calamity 8 or something. Because ultimately you want to do calamities 8 to 10 in terms of the Dark Shrine. That's where you get a decent amount of silver. Maybe not like billions, but you get a lot of silver. And items. Like the items that you get from there is insane. You get Essence of Dawn items. You get... Oh, dude. We're missing out being able to grind stuff like that. It really makes it easier. Alright, from there, yeah, we can go turn in the quest right now. So, okay, we done the whole quest. 2 twice over, technically, in an hour's time, right? Probably a little bit less than an hour. Yeah, actually a lot less than an hour, because it took us 30 minutes to start the stream, go through the whole motions, and get to this point. So the whole grind literally took us a half an hour to do the quest twice. That's 3,000 monsters in half an hour, which is fucking insane. Alright, so now, I don't know if you guys can see it, but we just got 15 Blood Wolves oath pieces there, making it 20 pieces for the day. And only in an hour. That's very quick. I don't know if you guys can see. Maybe I bring this to the middle here. I haven't forgot that on the vertical you guys wouldn't be able to see it. So let's go through everything again. I do have one infinite HP pot. I did this by doing partially the grind when I was trying to make silver when I started out after the season. Partly during the season, a silver, and then after graduating from a season. But then they had a quest line with Fuga. Remember, you need the graduation cap equipped, then go speak to Fuga. So you get this entire quest line where you get 110 antennas elements that you can swap for these pieces, right? In this menu here, it's called the manage. You just go down to the antennas elementos. Yeah, this one here. So you can literally swap for the petty pieces that you need to create and that's what I did to get my first HP pot. With 100 pieces, I think I needed about 70 for one of these items, probably the dragon fangs, and then about the rest of them for the blood wolves, or was it the other way around? Anyway, so I swapped the tennis elements for that, and that's how I got the first one. The second one though was this last event that they had, same event where you can do the quest to get 60 pieces over 3 weeks. But there I had 50 Trancontinoliums, so I just grinded that to get the 105, which means I'm over that limit there. I did the same thing for Katsvaria's Venom, because here I was getting a lot of drops while I was grinding. So that's I was able to get freaking 100 pieces, over 100 pieces in the 3 weeks of doing it. So I got RNG carried there. And then the other pieces, okay, for the MP pots, Narcolas is in Monstrum Forest, and Valtara's Memory is in Nevan Step, which is pretty quick missions to do also, but those we didn't get many drops in between, so we only got like just over 60 there. And then for these here, I got up to 70 because with my buffs and stuff, I was getting these petite piece drops while I was grinding and doing the quest. So we got up to 70 there. And now we started with 70 for today. We are now sitting at 94. We started at 73. We're now sitting at 94 for Blood Wolves. So which means we only need 6 more. Which means I just need to do the quest once next week and get 1 more drop, then we've got the 100, right? Then the same thing we could do with Dragon Fangs this week on our next stream. That's where we'll go to, which is the closest spot. We do the 20, which will take us up to 92, and then if we can get more drops while we're doing it, will be freaking awesome. Then we get up to 90. So we just need to do these quests for 2 weeks, and we're getting there. Even this one here, 2 weeks to get 40 pieces. Like, we don't even have to do the full quest for these for 2 weeks. We just need to do the first quest. Two of the first quests to get a guarantee, and one of the bonus event quests. Yeah, because you get to do it twice every week, right? For each quest, all 6 every week. And then, yeah, by the end of next week, maybe not this next Thursday, because that's 1 week later, and by next Thursday is when it resets. So when is if next Thursday is the 2nd, by the 9th of October, we'll have another HP pot and the MP pot, which is fucking insane if you get to think about it, you know? that you can actually do that in such a short time. All right, so from here, I'm gonna take a run to town, drop off all the loot. We only managed to get 10k. Surprising. I know we still got a lot of buffs going right now, but I do have a lot of items to boost those buffs. So the closest town would be here. We'll go to Hugo, the blacksmith. And then, yeah, and then we'll come back to Bloodwolf next week, Thursday. And bam, out freaking walnuts. We got 100 pieces. Literally that simple. Yeah, do check out our gaming channel, Stoutimon's Stimulations on YouTube. I do have a couple of games that I'm currently working on right now. As soon as I have an opportunity to release videos, I will. Hopefully one long every week. I've been trying to do Lost Solar Side, Hell is Us, Dying Light the Beast, and then I do have like a few videos recorded. I need to obviously edit them, everything, and upload them. And then BDO came out with this event, and I was like, nah, I have to do this event. so let's do it on stream. Let's just try something a little bit different. What the? Oh yeah, this is the part that I was actually thinking I need to watch out for. I do have other horses. That's the other thing you get for free, dude. You get 2 tier 9s. I think, yeah, 2 tier 9s we got for free because I haven't enhanced or what did they call it? Course training, where you actually awaken a tier 9 horse. I tried. I do have like 4 or 5 horses that are training to be awakened to a tier 9. But then we've got 2 tier 9s for free while playing BDO. We got a tier 10 horse for free. And since that was like the least common horse that you get when trying to awaken a tier 9, that's the one I took as a tier 10. So the 2 tier 9s that I got is the Unicorn, the Dine, and the Aduana, the Pegasus. And those are the most common ones when you are awakening one. So I do have at least 3 horses that are ready to awaken. I just need to obviously farm up for more of the items to awaken a tier 9. And once I do, I'll have a Unicorn and a Pegasus that I then need to level up to 30, and then we can get those together to awaken tier 10s. And once we have those to tier 10, we can get the Crocodilo Sanctuary, where you can basically equip all 3 of them at the same time at any point and just choose between them with a click of a button. And then when you have that, you can have all 3 in one horse, where the horse is kind of a fusion of all 3 of the horses, but it changes kind of shape. So when you're running on water in a desert kind of stuff, it becomes a unicorn, but when you're flying or jumping and flying, it becomes a
steel made with blacksmithing.
A Pegasus.
Got nothing on this.
And then when you do certain skills, because it has all the skills of... Alright, so that will give us... Let's see how much this gives us. Damn, that wasn't even 100 million, no? For like 10k worth of freaking trash loot. Alright, but we do have a lot of items that we can put in the warehouse, which will go here to the warehouse storage dude. That's why,
because I like to read. All the while they just continue being stupid.
grinding those areas, like you know, is not really worth it. Especially for silver. Alright, so I'll put all the silver that we have. I'll just keep about 100. Okay, so 5.9. I'll just keep about 100 million on hand. Just in case. I usually don't need to keep that much, but I was thinking if I do go back to normal and grind hongs, then yeah. Okay, so I put it in my storage, not my inventory. Okay, so these items here, the Akum armors, gears and things, whatever the case, I just want to move it to the warehouse. Even the skag tomb rings and stuff. And then I need to go to storage to... Oh no, I didn't move it to... I do have a lot, like, stuff that I need to, like, clear out of my... And I've got so many Tuvala sets. Dude, you get a lot of these freaking things when you do season characters, but it's something that's needed. I do need to do some inventory management. As you can see, my inventory is not worth a whole lot of money. It's not like 20 million, 40 million, 140 million. But not all these things we could basically sell. Like the Akum armors we could probably, but alright. I think the one that probably is the biggest is Heidel, 740 million. I've got some backup fairies here just in case. I've got the Brilliant. So these are level 3s that I was lucky enough to... Whenever you get Layla's Petals, stock them up. If you want to get the fairy, I will be having a video out soon-ish. I can't say exactly when, on how to get the fairies. So I kept these just as backups, just in case we do fuck up with our main one. But I've already kind of spent Thea's orbs on it, so I think I'm going to take the time and invest everything I need into my current fairy, to get her to... Was it then Valencia 300 mil? And where's our biggest? I maybe Camisol? No, then it might be Duvenkroon. 400 mil. But we do have a couple of, and then also got some items stocked up for sovereign weapons, some hammers and stuff. Charizard accessories, better enhancement chances and stuff like that. We are kind of gearing up, even though, you know, I'm a casual, lazy player. We are getting there, we are getting there. The event is gone for the tickets. Oh, scrap. But the only thing I'd probably want to take is the outfit boxes, because that's where you can get the, especially from the premium outfit boxes. I've been collecting a lot of those. So when I do pop them, I'll use them to get crone stones out of it when I need it. Because that's like one of the cheaper ways to get a lot of crone stones. Maybe not like a lot, but you can get a few thousand or something. But currently, in our inventory, we got... and then there's also going to be, like, for the login bonuses, login rewards, isn't it going to be... Oh, it hasn't been... Okay, so they were giving away 10,000 cronies here, and then they're giving away like 35,000 crones, I think, in total with these 10k, and on Garmoth. So do check it out before those coupons disappear. You could literally get 35k crone stones for free. And I think when is that gonna happen though? October 1st. So that's probably gonna run from October to November or something. Or there is gonna be an update. I don't know when it is, but we'll get more about 7k crone stones for free. And I've got crone stones in these. I didn't collect silver. Wait, what? Did we get extra silver for today? Yeah, we got another 10k crone stones here. I think this is where it went to. So we've currently got about maybe 12k crone stones in total. Getting that 7k will get us up to nearly 20k crone stones. And if you are going with... I think we used... Oh yeah, I used the 20k crone stones when I was trying to get my freaking main hand weapon to pen. Just for one freaking ass step, dude. Holy crap. Oh yeah, then the cake to Nux, that's another thing we could use for you can craft the Crystal of Valor, Dark Red Fang Crystal of Valor. That sells for, let's go to our crystals quickly. I think it's this one here. They sell for 400 million plus. So we could easily make 5. If you can get 2 Kektonuks and make 2 of these and sell it, and about, you know what I mean, it's 400 million. That's like 800 million for those 2, plus the 1 to 200 million with trash loot. You could be making $1 billion at freaking Blood Wolves. Just for that, but you need to be lucky with a drop. 264% fucking drop rate. Holy fuck. Are you kidding me right now? This is a correct. That's actually a good buff that we could be having right now, and with our takes it to 320. That's a solid buff to be having, dude. I have to wait 5 minutes to pull it down. Holy crap. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, you could do, there's so much that the game is giving away free right now. So if you haven't started, you should definitely be checking into BDO. There's a fuckload of free stuff you could do, especially with that buff of 320%. Yeah, you could easily get HP MP ports done within this next 3 weeks. If you haven't started yet, it's a good point to get started. And you could just like kind of grind weekly, so it will take you about, for me, aside from this event, it would have taken me 15 more weeks in total to get another HP MP port. But with this event, it only takes me 2 weeks instead of 15 weeks, so it saves me a whole 13 weeks of grinding, which is not a lot of time, because if you're doing the one quest, it only takes half an hour to an hour every week. And bam, yeah. Anyway, my dudes, that's going to be all from me for today. I've still got a lot of work to do, but since we only got to do 2, I might do less streams. Well, technically 4. I might do less streams in the week, so maybe 4 streams a week till we get the pot sorted. So I might not do a stream tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, but then maybe Monday to Thursday, I'll do the other streams so that we can get those done. Because we just have to do 3 more. So yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then by Thursday, the reset. We'll start again, and then Monday to Thursday the following week. And then by the time we've got both the pots, dude. But yeah, have an awesome one further, and I'll catch you all on Monday. Toolbar anti-flip system. Wait, what? One is anti-flip system. On